Hi everyone, so in this video I'll be showing you how to make StarCrete at home. So StarCrete is essentially a starch-based bioconcrete that we could use to build on the Moon and Mars. Essentially it's just starch sticking together moon dust and Mars dust, so it's quite a feasible way we can build on the Moon and Mars. If you're interested in how this could be done scientifically, check out this other video I have where I follow the protocol in our paper. But in this video I'll be showing you how you can follow along and make the material at home. So the first thing you'll need is some brown sand. If it's quite coarse, you probably want to sieve it, but make sure it's dry as well. You'll also need some iron oxide to make it nice and red, and 10 grams or so of clay will just simulate the much finer particles you get in Mars dust. You also need some potato starch. Other types of starch will also work, but I find potato starch works the best. And you also need a bit of water. You also need a container, a spoon, a little silicone mold, like an ice cube thing, and a face mask when you're handling the fine dust, particularly the iron oxide. You'll also need a microwave and an oven for drying the final material. So first get your pot and you add the brown sand, 89 grams. Then you add 10 grams of the clay powder. Then you add your 1 gram of iron oxide, followed by your 5.82 grams or thereabouts of potato starch. Then you want to give this all a good mix up.
A few moments later.
And when it's all nice and mixed, you then get your water, add that, and then keep mixing it until it's a nice even paste.
A few moments later.
Then when that's all nice and homogeneous, you get your little silicone mold and pack the paste in, patting it down to try and get rid of any air gaps and cavities.
A few moments later.
Then when that's all nice and compacted, you then put it onto a microwavable plate, so an ordinary plate is fine. And then if you keep a little glass of water on the plate as well, it just protects the microwave from drying out. Then you put it all in your microwave, and I find if you set it at 30% power for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, it does the job. But the key thing here is you just want to heat it up until it's quite hot, but not boiling. If it starts to boil, then you get all sorts of cavities and the material isn't very good.
A few moments later.
So then when that's done, you can take it out. Be careful, it's going to be quite hot, but again, hopefully it hasn't started boiling, otherwise it will be a bit of a mess. Then you want to remove it from the little silicone mold, probably let it cool down a bit first so it's not quite so hot. Should hopefully just slip out. And then you want to dry it quite thoroughly, so a drying oven works well, otherwise an ordinary oven should do the job.
A few moments later.
Then once that's nice and dry, you probably want to weigh it just to confirm that it's dry, so about 105 grams when it's finished if you didn't spill any. And that's how you make StarCrete. Thanks very much for listening.